Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. So today I am excited to share with you my August free card kit. I am featuring the Flowers of Friendship bundle. There we go. The Flowers of Friendship bundle. I love this bundle. It is so cute. So when you purchase the bundle in my online store, you actually save 10% when you get the stamp set with the coordinating punch. And I do have this bundle linked down below in the video description. All you have to do to receive this free card kit as a gift in the mail from me to you is simply place a minimum $40 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store. That is $40 before tax and shipping. You can purchase whatever product you would like, and you can receive this card kit as a gift in the mail from me to you. Sorry, I was looking around for my celebration brochure. So don't forget, right now celebration is in full swing for the month of August and September. So if you bump that $40 order up to $50, you can choose a free goodie from Celebration. And I do have all of the celebration items. I will link them down below in the video description as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video. I hope that you enjoy this free card kit, and let's get started. Here's everything that I'm going to be using to complete the kit. So I've got my free card kit, then I've got the Flowers of Friendship bundle, and then one ink pad. I was able to create this kit using one ink pad, and that's Garden Green. And for adhesive, I'll be using Stampin' Dimensionals and my Stampin' Seal. And that's all you need. I'll link to the products that I've got here that I'll be using. They'll all be linked down below in the video description and also over on today's coordinating blog post. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and take out my supplies for card number 1. Envelopes are included in your kit, as well as a colored PDF that has a photo of all of the projects, and it also has the measurements for all of the pieces, all of the cardstock and layers and everything, in case you want to recreate these cards. And then just be careful, because on top there will be a few of these opal rounds, okay? So you don't want to drop those or misplace them. So I'll just set those to the side because we don't need them for card number 1. Okay, so I am going to start with this piece of white cardstock, then my Garden Green ink, and I'm going to stamp that large flower image. And we're actually going to do some paper piecing on this card, so I'll show you that in just a second. So I'll just stamp that right in the center of my piece of Whisper White. Okay, set that to the side, and then you'll want a scratch piece of paper. I'm just going to bring in some of this grid paper here, and you've got a piece of Pale Papaya cardstock. You want to just ink up the top part of this stamp in Garden Green, and then just stamp that onto this Pale Papaya, and just press and hold for a second, because sometimes when you're stamping on colored cardstock, it takes a little bit longer for that ink to absorb in there really well. There we go, that looks good. And then on the smaller piece of Pale Papaya, I'm gonna stamp my sentiment that says "Thank you for everything." We'll just center that up and stamp it. I think Pale Papaya looks so pretty with this Garden Green. Again, I'm just pressing and holding for a second. Okay, so we've got our sentiment. Don't you just love the fonts of these sentiments? I just, so pretty. Okay, you know what? I left off a supply, paper snips. I totally forgot about that. So you will need some sort of scissors. I'm using my paper snips. And what we're gonna do is you want to just cut around these 3 flowers. I'm leaving just a very thin border around these, but I'm just gonna get all 3 of these cut out. And the fastest way to do this is to move your paper, rotate your paper, not your actual scissors. Let me just clip this off now. Whoops. So you're just kind of shifting your paper and just gliding your scissors across. There we go. So I'm going to cut out all 3 of these. Okay, so I've got my 3 pieces cut out there. So what I'm going to do is take these, and I'll just get my seal adhesive. If you wanted to, you could use liquid glue or glue dots for this, but I'm just going to add these right on top of the matching flowers. And isn't that so cute? And this is paper piecing. It's as simple as that. Okay, so look at that. So cute, and I just love how that pale papaya pops. So now we can start putting the card together. So mint macaron card base here. Just going to give it a nice crease. It will come pre-scored for you. Okay, then we will add this beautiful piece of the hand-pinned designer series paper. I love this paper, it's so pretty. And I actually just die cut this out using the rectangle stitched dies. And if you wanted to, you could use this side of the paper. It's totally up to you, but I'm gonna use these beautiful flowers. And obviously, like I said, you can order whatever product you want to receive your free card kit. So if you don't have this bundle or you choose not to order this bundle, you can, you know, this is a kit where it's flexible to where you can actually kind of create any projects with this kit. I mean, like using any stamp set. I feel like the pieces are pretty versatile, that they could be paired with any set if you don't have this one, or maybe you're not interested in this stamp set. Now there is a stamp set that coordinates with this designer paper, but I don't have it, and I thought this bundle paired well. So I just put some dimensionals on the back of this panel here, and I'm just gonna put it kind of off to the left a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then on the sentiment, I'm just going to put dimensionals on the left side of the sentiment. Whoops. And then I'll just put that right about there, I think. Yeah, I think that looks good. And just press it in. And there you have it. That finishes up card number 1. Very simple, but I feel like it's so pretty. Thank you for everything. All right, I've got my pieces here for card number 2. I'm gonna start first with this piece of white cardstock. And I'm gonna stamp this large flower image again. Make sure you've cleaned your stamp really well. And then you want to bring in either washi tape, or if you don't have washi tape, you could use Post-it notes. And we are just going to cover up the flowers. We are not going to need the flowers. We just want the stem, all of the stems and the leaves for this card. So I'm just covering these up. Stick that on there. Okay, so I just made sure that I covered all of the flowers completely with the washi tape, and then I'm just going to ink up those stems and leaves in my garden green. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm going to peel this off. Let me find somewhere to stick it so that I don't get ink everywhere. Stick it down on here. So this is just a little bit of masking. So we've actually done paper piecing and we've done masking. All right. Okay. So now I am just going to stamp this in the center of this piece of white cardstock, right about there. Sorry, just checking my baby monitor. I thought I heard Malachi. No, he's still asleep. Okay. All right, I think that looks good. Then you've got this small piece of Daffodil Delight. And I'm gonna stamp the sentiment on there. Little card, big thanks. Love that sentiment. And I'll just press and hold that down for a minute. Well, a few seconds, not a minute. Okay, that looks good. Now we're going to take this long strip of Daffodil Delight and we are going to stamp the large flower image, and on the punch this flower is straight up and down, kind of like a plus sign, so I am going to stamp it that direction on my cardstock so that it's easier to punch out. So I am going to stamp 3 of these, and you want to put just a little bit of space in between them. Since there are other images on this punch, you don't want to punch into your stamped images that you need. So I'm just leaving a little bit of space. And then we're going to stamp the smaller flower, and that one on the punch is like an X. So we're going to stamp it that same way on our cardstock, just like an X. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my punch, and I'll just go ahead and punch out all of these. I'm starting with the large flowers first. I love punches. They are just so awesome. And just line it up. Oh, look at that. They're just popping right out perfectly. You just line it up in the window and boom, punch. Got this perfect little image. And now I'll do the smaller one. Okay, punch. There we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is get my flowers onto my card. So I'm just going to take my seal, just add a little bit of adhesive here, and I'm just going to put these larger flowers at the end of each of these stems. I'm not fully pressing down just yet. I want to get them placed first, and then I'll finalize my position and press them down. Okay, whoops. Put that one there, just tap it, and then, whoopsies, this next one, and I'm probably gonna have that one go. Probably like that. Might scoot it up a little bit. Just a little. Okay, and then this smaller one will go in the center of that top larger one. Just kind of offset those petals. Okay, I think that looks good, so I'm going to press everything in. Great. Now for our card base, we've got basic white thick. Just give that a nice fold and crease. Okay, and then I'll take my piece of hand-penned designer series paper, and again I'll just add this on with my Stampin' Seal. And I'm going to put this in the bottom center. And again, I did die cut this using the rectangle stitched dies, so there is that nice little stitched detail around the edges of that designer paper. I just love that. And then we'll do dimensionals on the back. Okay. Okay. Backing's off, and I'm gonna put this off to the left. See, yep, right there. And then for my sentiment, I want dimensionals just over here on the left side. Okay, I have no idea why, but my camera, I looked up and it had totally stopped recording. So I just cleared a bunch of stuff off, so I don't know why I did that, but I was adding on the sentiment, and I just added a few dimensionals behind it, only on the left, and I popped that up, and then I added 3 of the opal rounds that are included in the kit. So 2 of the larger ones and 1 of the smaller ones. And that finishes up card number 2. I think it's very, very pretty. And the opal rounds look so nice with this hand-pinned designer series paper. So really, really pretty. Okay, so here are my pieces for card number 3, and I'm going to start with this smaller piece of Pool Party cardstock. I've got my garden green ink, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment that says many thanks from all of us. Now I'm paranoid about my camera, and I keep looking up to make sure it's still, still recording. I have no idea why it did that. I'm glad I looked up when I did, though, because I would have completed the whole kit, and that would stink. Okay, so I've got our sentiment. I just love that font. And then you've got another piece of Pool Party cardstock, and on this piece you want to stamp the larger flower, and again stamp it up and down like a plus sign. So stamp the larger flower. I'm just going to put it over here off to the right, bottom right, and then we're going to stamp the smaller flower again like an X, and I think I'm going to flip it. I'm going to rotate it around and do the same thing. Do the bottom right on this side. Okay, just like that. And again, just be sure to press and hold a little bit so you can get really good impression of that ink. And then let's bring back our punch, and I have room on, yep, I'm going to start with the larger flower first. Just punch that out, and then rotate around and tuck in that smaller flower. Punch. Okay, and that is all for this card, so we can go ahead and start putting this one together. So Highland Heather card base, again, fold and give it a nice crease. Alrighty, and then more of that beautiful hand-pinned designer series paper, and we'll just add this on again using Stampin' Seal adhesive. Just checking the camera. And I die cut this with the rectangle stitch dies. You guys know, I say it all the time, they are by far one of my favorite sets of dies, so I do use them all the time. Okay, then for this piece of just regular old white cardstock, I am going to add some dimensionals onto the back of it. I swear everybody that drives by over here has the noisiest car. Okay, so I'm going to put this on off to the right towards the bottom. I think right about here looks good. Yep. And then I'll put dimensionals onto my Pool Party sentiment. Okay. And I want that off to the left towards the bottom of the Whisper White. So I'm putting it right there. And then for my flowers, I'm going to put this smaller flower. I'm gonna put it right about here. Yeah. So I'll just put a little bit of adhesive on these little petals. Yep. Couldn't get my hands together. And I'll just tuck it just like so. And then for my larger one, I'm going to do the same thing, but in the upper left corner. Yep. A little bit of adhesive and tuck it. I don't want to cover up that M. Just tuck it right there. Yep, looks good. Okay, still recording. Great. And I will finish it up with the last 2 of my opal rounds. So I will just put the large one here and then grab that smaller one, pop it right here. And there you have it. That finishes up card number 3. I love this Pool Party with the Highland Heather. I think it really pops and stands out. Such a pretty card. Okay, I literally finished this just in time. Malachi is just now squirming and crying, and I just finished the kit. So here it is. Here is my free card kit for you featuring the Flowers of Friendship bundle. I hope that you have enjoyed this kit. Don't forget you can receive this as a gift in the mail from me to you when you simply place a minimum $40 order in my online Stampin' Up store. I've got links to my online store down below. You can purchase whatever you would like. Don't forget to use the host code when you place your order. And if you bump your order up to $50 during the month of August, you can choose a free celebration item. So that is so exciting. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Please let me know if you have any questions. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will be back with you again very soon. Bye now.